What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the interwebs? It is I, Dungeons13 and you're listening to your favorite faux podcast, Zero Ninja Talks. A show where Zero and Ninja talk. Now say hello, Zero.
Hi!
I love this first episode we've recorded where he did not interrupt me saying, I love it. Now,
First time I felt like you were actually going to give me a point that I was going to be allowed to say hi.
yeah, let's address the elephant in the room and say that this is our second real episode. The second episode we recorded is somewhere off in the Netherlands of just hard drive non-existentness.
It's never coming out. It's in purgatory forever.
Exactly, and it was just 40 minutes of me saying track lists, so you're welcome, Internet. You didn't have to listen to that. So, Zero, you want to tell these fine folks what our topic is?
So recently a Nintendo Direct came out that featured a lot of things in it, one of which I'm really excited to talk about, and we're just going to talk about that.
Exactly. Now for elephant number 2 we're going to address. I watched the Nintendo Direct. Zero did not.
Hi.
So go ahead and throw your water bottles and spoiled bananas at him, Internet. It's time to roast.
Oh, God.
That's right, Justin Bieber water bottle throwing. I cannot speak. Okay, that's not good for podcasts. So let's go ahead and start off with the news that was, announced at the Nintendo Direct. Wow, my sentence structure is horrible. So, first big thing they threw in our face, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD.
I remember, actually, I saw an article about that, but I didn't think it was part of the Nintendo Direct.
Pretty much any Nintendo news you read in the last 24 hours was part of that Direct. So, you know about it?
I saw that they were doing it, and I was just like, I kind of want to play that.
So, I watched the trailer, of course. It was in the Nintendo Direct. And I have to say, throughout it, like, I was thinking they were going to do some big reveal or something, because the cutscene they were showing looked just like the Wii version. And this is not the nostalgia talking. I literally have played the Wii version in the past few months. It just looked the same with just maybe better textures. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it was actually a really high-end there one for them with the Wii, so that's not...
Oh, yeah.
It's not surprising there wouldn't be much change.
I mean, it does look good, but it's definitely no Wind Waker HD. If you've seen Wind Waker HD, you might cry. As I cried in the middle of Walmart playing that demo. It's true. I actually teared up playing a Wind Waker demo in Walmart. So... have you seen screenshots or video of Wind Waker HD?
No, I just saw the double Link picture where it did Wolf Link and regular Link faces coming out of each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you caught on to what I said because I made a mistake and said Wind Waker. Okay, so you think it looks good?
All I saw was the one picture, and I'm going to address Stev. You should probably get out of that chair.
Yikes. Yeah, so for those of you who do not know, we have a bit of a live viewer on Zeros into Things. Hopefully there isn't too much noise in the background. So yeah, Twilight Princess HD, here's the big thing. This is why me, as someone who doesn't even own a Wii U, would contemplate buying this device. Or not device, this game. Wow, the distractions in this episode. Amazing. This game will come bundled with a Wolf Link amiibo.
Excuse me, sir?
It is an amiibo of Wolf Link with Midna on his back, and it is amazing, and I will never be able to get my hands on it because it comes with the game, but I will bet you money one of my close friends will have it. So I will get to look at it and possibly touch it.
Can't say that about a lot of amiibos.
Yeah, for real though. But yeah, I'd say definitely it's worth looking up. It's pretty cool for you viewers at home. If you have not seen it and you care about amiibos or Nintendo, look it up. It's really neat. All right, so the next thing, Zelda Triforce Heroes. Do you know what this game is, Zero?
Triforce Heroes. That was the 3-player co-op-y one, right?
Yeah.
I've been watching a YouTuber Let's Play it.
Oh, nice. I've only watched reviews and whatnot. I really don't care very much about the game. I mean, I know I'll like it if I play it, but that probably won't happen. But
I had the thought, you, me, and Dylan should totally try and find some way to let's play that. But
that
no.
would be a perfect combination if that could ever happen. But yeah, that's something to discuss in the comments below and at a future time. You ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think about that idea. So Triforce Heroes is getting a new update. A free update comes with a new stage, which apparently has 30 levels. It comes with new costumes.
Cool.
Not sure how you unlock those costumes or if you just get them, but one of those costumes that they went over in the Nintendo Direct is the Fierce Deity Link costume.
Seriously?
Yeah. So we're getting some cool stuff in that update, or I say the players of that game will be getting cool stuff because I have not played it. I got codes for the demo, like the exclusive demo, but internet, sorry, I never used them. Sorry.
It's fine. I still want a PS4.
Next thing, Splatoon is getting another update with new maps, new gear, all that stuff. They've been doing a good job supporting Splatoon with all this free content. Pretty cool. I've played Splatoon. It's fun. Oh, just as a heads up, neither of us actually own a Wii U, so yeah. So
why are we doing this video? Because we're interested.
Exactly. But one of my best friends, he has Wii U, so yeah, I've played some of this stuff. So yeah, Splatoon, very fun game. It's cool that they're adding all this content. I've actually heard people compare Splatoon to Destiny, and that cracks me up. I'm just amazed how people are actually sticking with this game and playing it as their competitive shooter. That just amazes me. But good on them, and have fun with that free content. Next, there was something with Xenoblade Chronicles X. Let me read this article so I'll remember what. But it's a game that is coming out in December. I know that. It is, new Xenoblade Chronicles game. Hey, Zero, kind of vamp for a bit while I read this.
Vamp.
Yeah, go on. Just talk.
Talk about. I don't think neither. Have you played a Xenoblade? Just out of curiosity.
I have not. The closest thing to playing Xenoblade I've done is I have bought a Shulk amiibo for a friend.
Okay, well, I've never played Xenoblade. I vaguely understand the story, ish. I understand that that Shulk has a weapon that is the only thing that can destroy the enemy. And it's just okay, I'm wondering how this works.
All I know is that Shulk is out there and he's really feeling it. Alright, so I have the information for you guys. There will be 4 data packs you can download for Xenoblade Chronicles X before the game releases this December, actually on December 4th. You can download them to your Wii U, and what that'll do is actually speed up all the load times in the game. So if you don't download these, it might be kind of a chugging along game. So yeah, if you want to have the best playing experience, go ahead and preload those to your console. Alright, so the next thing is, there is a new Wii U bundle. That's right, a new bundle to try and get the poor saps like Zero and I, who don't have a Wii U, but know we'd like it, to buy a Wii U. This bundle, I believe, is $20 less, at least that's what most retailers are selling it for, which is $280, and it comes with a copy of Smash Bros. For Wii U and Splatoon.
I think I'd actually spend money on that. I kid no one, I would. And then I have an excuse to also get Bayonetta 2.
Okay, that is a good reason. But with me and the Wii U bundles, here's where they kind of kicked me in the face, and I'll probably never buy a Wii U because of this. If I buy a Wii U, it has to be that Wind Waker Collector's Edition console. That's where they bit me. So, it's just such a difficult thing for me. I just don't think I could do it. But, yeah, so new bundle, I know that would be something you would be interested in if you were to actually want to get a Wii U, which one of these days, I'm sure Zero and I, whenever they're cheap, one of us will get it so we can record stuff. That'll be fun, but
yeah.
Until then, probably not. Next thing, are you familiar with the Picross series?
As in,
Yeah, the fun little puzzle games that have been released on DS and 3DS for all these years.
Wait, puzzle games.
Yeah, Picross Puzzle. Well, never mind. If you're not familiar with them, read about them on your own time. But Pokemon Picross is coming out next month for the 3DS. It is a free-to-play, or free-to-start game, as Nintendo likes to say, which means you can download it for free, play it for 5 minutes, but you're gonna have to, shovel out some cash if you want to actually, really dive in deep. Just like that Pokemon Rumble World game or whatever it was called, and Pokemon
Wait,
Shuffle.
I actually know. One of the groups I'm on in Facebook, they blew up about it, about microtransactions and Nintendo doing that, and it's just like, oh, okay, I know what I'm not buying.
Yeah, the Nintendo is really kind of clamping on to the term free to start. They're really liking that. That's what we're presuming what a lot of the Nintendo cell phone games will be, which we might touch on that after we're done going through the Nintendo Direct news. Next thing, Star Fox Zero has a release date now. Star Fox Zero.
I'm in Star Fox?
Apparently, and you're even being developed by Platinum Games.
What?
That's right. You didn't even know.
I know that was a really cartoony what, like I usually do whenever it's just like, huh? But no, seriously, this is actually catching me off guard. Platinum Games on a Star Fox.
Yes, so you didn't know about this game at all?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. This was announced at E3 this past E3. It's like,
well, you have to remember, I only really watched Sony and then Square.
Yeah.
So
okay, yeah, that's what I thought, but yeah, okay, so it was announced at E3 this year. It is a new Star Fox game for the Wii U. It was supposed to come out this year, but it was delayed out of 2015, and so they announced the release date, which is April 22nd, 2016 for the Wii U.
okay.
So if you're looking forward to that Star Fox game, which I'm not sold on it, but, you might be, so yeah, go check it out if you're interested in Star Fox.
I'm a fanboy for Platinum, so...
Yeah, Platinum is quite an interesting company right now. Alright, so next up we have the Mario and Luigi Paper Jam release date announced. So, do you know what Mario and Luigi Paper Jam is?
No, but I would actually like you to give me some information on that right about now.
I'm actually very interested in it. I'm looking forward to someday getting my hands on it. Are you familiar with the Paper Mario series?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the Mario and Luigi RPG series?
Yes, actually.
This is a crossover mashup between those two series. Basically, you can say it's a Paper Mario game with Mario and Luigi aspects, or it's a Mario and Luigi game with Paper Mario aspects. But it's very interesting. It was announced at E3 this year. Definitely go check out a trailer. But the release date was announced, and let's see if I can find it. This is the 5th title in the Mario and Luigi series, so I guess they are calling this a Mario and Luigi game with Paper Mario. Oh, yeah, it's called Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, so that makes sense. It'll be coming out January 22nd next year.
I have to laugh at you sitting there like, oh, well, I totally guess that's probably the case now that I'm reading it.
Sure. Yeah, it'll come out January 22nd, 2016, which Nintendo's getting that pretty strong lineup for early 2016. Next up, we have Final Fantasy Explorers, which is a co-op kind of Monster Hunter-esque Final Fantasy game coming to the 3DS. The big deal...
That kind of gives me a feeling like it'll be like 14 or something similar.
Kind of for kids. If you've played that... I don't remember what it was called. It was a 3DS game that came out, I think the beginning of this year. Square Enix game. It was something kind of like it felt like Animal Crossing meets Monster Hunter from what I've seen. It was like an RPG game that I'm not really remembering enough to give a good description. This reminds me of this. It's kind of a 1 to 4 player 3DS Final Fantasy Explorers will feature 20 jobs to help players get the most out of the fast-paced action to take on the iconic franchise. Players can transform into legendary characters, blah, blah, blah. You can basically transform into your favorite Final Fantasy characters and fight with them.
I got this. I got this. I know what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna do exactly what I did when I had Final Fantasy Advance. I'm going to pick a heavy melee character after building up a white mage so I can heal myself. I don't need help. Bye,
According to the
people.
Nintendo Direct, you're gonna want help. You're gonna want help. Apparently, it's gonna be tough as nail.
I will learn to
Well, good luck
1v1
with that.
people.
Who knows? Maybe we'll both pick up a copy someday. Co-op that.
And you and I'll just play together. Who wants to see that Let's Play? Leave a comment in the comments below. Pouring out our comments.
That will be releasing
everybody.
on January 26, 2016, and the big thing with that is the game's already come out in Japan and has DLC, blah, 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 all the little things you can buy. All the DLC that's been released in Japan will be free and on the cartridge. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Okay, so you and I might have something we should probably look forward to.
I mean, it's... that's the thing, is I'm so iffy on 3DS games now. The only 3DS game I'm actively planning on purchasing when it comes out is the next one on this list. And this is something that I'm gonna have some things to say about. Fire Emblem Fates.
Okay.
Are you familiar at all with
Okay.
Fire Emblem Fates?
That's the newest entry, right? The one where like they had two different versions of the game, and you had to buy each version to play through the stories.
Yeah, that's how it was released in Japan. That's how it was released in Japan. We didn't know until now how it was going to be coming over to America. There was no real explanation. Generally, we all kind of assumed we would just buy the game and then have to pay DLC for the others, or like the other stories. So the way it's going to be going down is there are two different versions of the game you can buy. There is Fire Emblem Fates Conquest and Fire Emblem Fates Birthright. Those are the two different sides of the story. So it's kind of like Pokemon, you pick and choose which one you want. I will admit, I was actually planning on buying both versions. That is just hands down.
Okay.
But at first I thought this was really cool that they're doing this, but I have a really petty, pointless nitpick about this. There is a third story, which will be DLC. Just a $20 DLC you can play and get a third story called Revelations. Fire Emblem Fates Revelations. And it's supposedly, like they said, brings together like the secrets and hidden revelations of both stories. That will not get its own version. That will be DLC. But they are doing a Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition. It will MSRP for $79.99, so $80. It comes with Fire Emblem Fates Birthright that has everything on the cartridge. So all three versions of the game on one cartridge. It comes with a pouch and it comes with an art book. A pouch with the game's like cover art or something, like just the game's art, and then a art book for the game, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm getting this more than likely. But here's the thing that really bugs me. The game that comes in this collector's edition is, like the case and everything, is Fire Emblem Birthrights with the other stuff on the cartridge. It is not two copies of the game. So this is where the nitpicky collector in me really comes out and gets really kind of annoyed. Basically, yes,
because you'd rather have
this is
both.
one version of the game with the two DLC expansions, because you can, if you buy one version of the game for $20, you can buy the other version's story digitally. Like, just download it like it's DLC. So,
yeah,
this is basically just the game with both expansions on the cartridge. So, that means for somebody like me who really would love both of them on my shelf, that means someday I'm going to have to hunt down a copy of the other version just to have it. And 3DS games don't go down in price very often. So, realistically, I'm never going to get that version of the game. And I'm just going to make a bold prediction, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to come out and say it. Fire Emblem Fates Conquest will be worth more money secondhand than Birthright. The reason why I'm saying this is because it just seems slightly less appealing for the casual market, as it's the more hardcore gameplay side of it. It's just a more antagonist-focused story. And I really don't think it's going to sell as well as the Birthright version of the game. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm making that bold prediction and saying, like, you know, Fire Emblem, the games in the Wii and the games on, or the game on Wii, game on GameCube are worth much more money than they should be. It's going to run you, like, well over $50 to get either of those games. So, with Fire Emblem Fates Conquest not coming in this collector's edition and kind of being the less generally appealing game, I think it's going to actually be worth something someday. Which I realize I just went on way too long about that, but yeah, the whole packaging situation,
a little bit.
it's just kind of frustrating, at least in my opinion. Do you have any thoughts on the way that they're doing this?
I kind of had issues with the whole idea from the beginning. But I mean, like, I saw where things would be, you know. I don't know. I guess I'm used to games having that, you know, one will be different from the other, one will have different features, but for two games to have a completely different story, that's
well, it
where
is the exact same
kinda...
story, just told from different characters and perspectives.
Oh, well, I mean, like, I know it's like the same general storyline, but it's just like, I would kind of prefer, you know, if you just got to pick which faction you wanted to be on.
Well, that's
or
the thing,
like that.
is that's what they do. You make that choice, or at least... No, yeah, it's like you have that choice, but the other side of that choice is behind a paywall.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, if I wanted this, it really comes down to, I'm going to have to look into the story on each before I really make my purchase to be like, oh, hey, yeah, that's the one I want. And then I kind of have part of the story spoiled for me just because that's what I wanted to do to make my choice. Either that, or I'll take my usual method of looking at the back of the game and seeing which one looks cooler.
I just feel like there's a little too much general consumer confusion, which you wouldn't think that'd be an issue for Fire Emblem, which is what you would think would be an obscure series. But Fire Emblem Awakening sold extraordinarily well. That game is in the hands of many 3DS owners. So this is a mainstream series.
I mean, if I got a Fire Emblem, I'd have to get Awakening. If I got a 3DS, I'd have to get Awakening.
Oh yeah,
I greatly enjoy that
consider
game.
it to be my second favorite game of all time. I love that game so much.
Okay. Well, it's looking like we need to move on to the next thing, and we can discuss more on
why
this
not do
later.
a Fire Emblem cast? Next up, we have Super Mario Maker. It was announced that there will be a level search portal that you can use from your computer or your smartphone. Look up whatever level, like, you know, find new levels for you to play, for you to input the code and whatnot.
Zero and Ninja play Ross's levels. Game Crumps.
I would say I would make a comment, but I'm not familiar. But like, if you just find general kind of levels that you find interesting, you can save them.
Just let me. Okay, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown. Okay, you know how you and I used to try and make like the most absurd levels in games ever, and they're always difficult, and we were usually happy if a game didn't have a you have to be able to complete this thing on there. Yeah, Ross pulls that off really well with his levels.
Are they just absurd, or are they actually accomplishable?
They're accomplishable, but except for one of them, if you want to play it legitimately. One of them is completely, like, if someone actually completed it with skill, I applaud you and will, from this point on, regard you as royalty of Mario. Aaron and Danny couldn't do it, and like they took like 5 episodes to try.
Ridiculous. My friend who has the game, he spent, I don't know what the status is right now, but I know the first week and a half he had the game, all of his time in the game was spent on one level. Yes, he showed me his progress, and it was very, very interesting. Yeah, so Mario Maker, definitely a cool game. Definitely one I'd like to get my hands on. Alright, so next thing, just a quick little update. What's it called? Mega Man Legacy Collection. The game that's on Xbox One, PS4 right now. I believe it's on other platforms such as PS3 and whatnot. It will be coming to 3DS, which was already pre-existingly announced. But it will get a limited edition that comes with a gold Mega Man amiibo, making Mega Man the second amiibo to get the gold treatment. Yeah, we're going to be going into kind of amiibo talk a little bit. They also showed footage of Pokken Tournament, which for those of you who do not know, that is the Pokemon Tekken project,
oh gosh.
They showed a trailer for that. Pretty cool looking trailer. Go check that out. But they also announced that it will have amiibo card support, and that first print copies of the game will come with a Shadow Mewtwo card that you can scan into the game and instantly unlock Shadow Mewtwo rather than having to unlock him.
Well, that takes the fun out of fighting the final boss 20 times.
Next, we have the next wave of amiibo were officially confirmed, including 4 amiibos from the Animal Crossing series and 1 from the Super Smash Bros. Series. I would try... Okay, the names of the upcoming amiibos. We have Blathers, the owl who runs the museum in Animal Crossing. We have Kix, the guy who has the shoe store. We have Celeste, which is the female owl who fills in for Blathers when he's asleep. And we have Mr. Rossetti, which, oh my goodness, if I don't get my hands on a KK Slider and Mr. Rossetti amiibo, I might cry. I have to have KK Slider and Mr. Rossetti, or just one or the other. I'll be fine. Just I need one. Then the other amiibo we have coming out is Lucas. That's right. They are doing the DLC amiibos, the DLC character amiibos, which I guess the Mewtwo amiibo is already out. I do not know. But yeah, we have official confirmation. January 22nd is when Lucas will be coming out. Which, for those of you who do not know, they have confirmed that all DLC characters will get an amiibo. They haven't said anything about the new DLC character announced, which we'll be getting that in just a minute. But we do know that Roy and Ryu will get amiibos, which something sounds kind of weird about a Ryu amiibo.
A Ryu amiibo, yes, but ladies and gentlemen, I think I just found my only amiibo purchase. At least until they announce something else that I'll make a comment on later.
I think that about wraps up everything but the big final thing they closed out the Nintendo Direct. Yes.
That I can't wait to talk about.
This is the thing that Zero will probably talk about for as long as I talked about Fire Emblem Fates. Okay, so they closed out the Direct with a trailer that just looks like stars and stuff. It starts out, but it has a very familiar music to it that I'm an idiot and didn't really recognize it at first. But then, bam, Smash Brothers logo, bam, Final Fantasy VII logo, bam, say his name.
Cloud Strife is in Smash!
Ladies and gentlemen, Cloud Strife coming to Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3D.
Oh, my fanboy is going off like crazy.
And it comes from the Midgar stage, so that's pretty awesome.
Oh, I finally... Okay. I watched the trailer finally today as we're recording this, which was right after Ninja calls me to tell me about it. I finally see it and I'm just sitting there like, oh, when can I get this? I want it. I have no 3DS. I have no Wii U, but I want that DLC pack like no one knows.
I cannot wait to eventually get my hands on Cloud Strife.
I love how like this entire time we've been talking, I've just been like sort of like just yeah, no real personality, and the second Cloud comes up, I'm fangirling like a
I called Zero
trucker.
right after the live stream ended, and I was like, hey, they just announced the thingy, and Cloud Strife and Smash Brothers, and he squealed like a little schoolgirl piggy, and
And I left.
yeah,
I
he was
nerded
in a
all over
friend's
the car.
not even his own car.
I wasn't even home. I wasn't even like. Well, I was sitting down, but I just that I looked at everyone in the room in the entire vehicle. One of the person sitting that was driving gives me this look like, "What are you freaking out about?" The other two people in the vehicle knew what I was freaking out about, and they were like, "Really?" Like they didn't have the enthusiasm I did.
How
but,
many people were in that vehicle?
Oh gosh.
Nerded.
With me, like including me or without me in the equation?
Oh,
Including me, 4. It was 4 friends, and the person driving gave me this horrible look. My friend Napoleon, who was sitting next to me, just looks at me and goes, "Really?" Like, I mean, he looked excited, but he didn't look, not my level going.
Yeah.
But I just next amiibo purchase after Roy will definitely be Cloud if they ever
confirmed that all
announce it.
DLC ones will be getting an amiibo, but they haven't directly said this is Cloud yet. But that's right, ladies and gentlemen. He even has his Advent Children costume, which is awesome.
You realize if we ever get Smash and play, well, if I ever get a DS and Smash and I get that DLC, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
That's the costume I'll be using as well, definitely. But yeah, so this means there will be, or presumably, there will be a Cloud Strife amiibo. That is just insane. So are you going to be lining up in stores an hour before they open for that thing?
You could probably put me in the next Halo trailer. Oh, so what are you doing outside? I'm camping. Bad place to be putting that reference, but that trailer amused me. All these things amuse me, except for we haven't talked about one thing yet.
Oh my goodness! How did I completely look over that?
How do we miss the one thing you and I were like making horrible jokes about up until we recorded?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I actually missed 3 stories. Wow. Apparently, my computer was not wanting to load this webpage all the way. Okay, so, harkening back to the Super Mario Maker, right after that, we have the announcement of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow coming to 3DS Virtual Console. Which, real quick, I'm just going to say, this is crazy because they confirmed that no more Game Boy games would be coming out for Virtual Consoles. This is really interesting. They did, but hey, this is Pokemon.
They totally lied
awesome.
to you.
The only new feature that they confirmed is that they added something into the game that will allow you to trade your Pokemon wirelessly, because there's no way to use a Game Boy Link cable on the 3DS.
Okay, so there might be a reason for me to actually go ahead and after getting a DS, buying Blue. I own Blue in physical copy though.
Yeah, so I know I'm really I might actually buy Pokemon Red or Yellow for the 3DS when it comes out. Moving on to the less exciting for us. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you will be very excited about this. Dragon Quest, the new one's coming to 3DS in America. That's right. So Dragon Quest 7 and Dragon Quest 8 will be coming to North America on the 3DS next year. I don't really have too much to say about that because I'm not too familiar with Dragon Quest. I played Dragon Quest 6 DS back in the day, but it wasn't really for me.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I know a decent bit about Dragon Quest, but that's just because, I've watched a lot of Final Fantasy videos and, kind of came from the same ground and root.
That's really all I know about the actual story. So next one, here's a biggie. Excuse that hiccup.
Hiccups
not a good time.
Of all times.
So
you can have hiccups.
Next, and I believe this is the final news story we'll be going over from the Nintendo Direct. Hyrule Warriors Legends, the 3DS version of Hyrule Warriors, got a release date. The game will be releasing on March 25th, 2016. The game includes some special characters that were not in the Wii U version, such as Toon Link, Tetra, and King of Red Lions. That's what we knew beforehand. They announced...
And Skull Kid.
Who was that? Okay,
You
sorry
just
about that, ladies and
froze
gentlemen.
for
We
me.
record these... we talk to each other
You
over
just
Skype
froze
here.
for me.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now.
So yeah, Skull Kid. He will also be in there. Kind of forgot about him. Skull Kid will be in there. But they announced a new original character, who this character was actually in the art book for Hyrule Warriors that released last year. We have Linkle. Basically a female version of Link, rocking 2 crossbows. A very cool character design, and the internet has been taken by storm by this. So if you're hardcore enough to be listening to this podcast, you definitely heard about Linkle.
I'm just... Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think the idea was good. I think the delivery needed some work. Why would you name Linkle? Couldn't we have found a better name? I feel like our names department kind of crapped out on us here.
It's definitely an entertaining name, that's for sure. So yeah.
King of Red Lions OP though.
I'm very excited about the inclusion of all the Wind Waker characters. And for those of you who do not know, if you buy the 3DS version, you can actually transfer all of these characters into the Wii U version. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that covers all of the Nintendo Direct news. I may have missed 1 or 2 things. But yeah, that covers the Nintendo Direct news. If there's anything else Nintendo related you'd like to touch on, Cyril, go ahead and spit it out. Yeah.
Wait, with me? I don't know if I really have anything for the Nintendo Direct. I think I've already said my piece with Cloud and being super hyped for that. And I've already said, like, my only real opinion for Fates. But, I'll be honest, the only thing I'm looking forward to with Legends is King of Red Lion, Skull Kid, and Tetra. Like, that's literally it. Toon Link, yeah, but I mean, I really liked the way that King of Red Lions works, and because I watched a few of the trailers before we did this, and I just really liked his trailer, and Tetra just seemed more my character, I guess. And then, I watched a lot of videos on the game, but there's never really been anything that was just like, yes!
Yeah, that's the thing, is it... Okay, I guess I should have clarified. I've played Hyrule Warriors. I've only played 1 level in it, like a 5-minute level. I liked what I played. I liked what I saw. But no, I probably won't be picking up Hyrule Legends when it comes out. But I'd love to get my hands on it and play it for a little bit. But no, I'll pass. I'm guessing I'll probably get to play the 3DS characters in the Wii U version at some point. But yeah, so that covers it for Nintendo Direct news. Nintendo just in general. I'm very excited for Fire Emblem Fates. Are you looking forward to it at all?
Yeah, actually, I kind of am. I know, like, I'm trying to think of it. Weren't like the 2 different armies in it? Like, one's like more European inspired, the other one's more Japanese inspired.
Just according to the trailers and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably go for the one that's more Japanese inspired. I don't know which version of the game that would be, but
I'm probably wrong here. I think it's Conquest. I think that's the name of the 2 armies are they're Hashido and Nor. I think Nor is the one you're thinking about. But yeah, we both really like Fire Emblem. We have a little bit of a history with that. One of the few amiibos I have is the Ike amiibo.
There are a few things I could be jealous of you about.
Yeah, that's the thing
and
is I
that's
want
one
all
of
the
them.
Fire Emblem amiibos so bad, but that's the only one I was able to get my hands on. So if any of you, ladies and gentlemen, just feel generous and want to send a Lucina my way, that would be amazing.
Email us for
Yeah,
our mailing address.
yeah, free shout outs for eternity.
I'm not holding to that. I'm just gonna say that now.
Yeah,
That's all your
fine.
biz.
All right, so yeah, I guess that wraps it up for this episode of Zero Ninja Talks. This one has pretty much been a bicycle just crashing in a tree that's on fire. I guess that's a good analogy for this episode. Let us know if there are any specific topics you want us to go over. I doubt we'll really do many like this where we go over a more time relevant topic, as that just seems to not flow too well. So
You and me talking news doesn't seem to ever go well. Like, I mean, it
yeah.
just seems very listy. I feel like you and I just need to pick a subject where you and I just like legitimately you and
So
I
if
just
that's the case,
discuss
ladies and
and
gentlemen, if you've
talk.
actually stuck through to this point in this episode, please let us know down in the comments below what you'd like to hear us talk about, if you have any suggestions, and if you have any suggestions or requests for Hint Hint Nudge Nudge, a possible real podcast in the future. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're going to go ahead and sign off. Zero, any closing remarks and or goodbyes?
Roy will explode everywhere, and Cloud will slice you in half.
I'm just going to use my counter move. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Zero Ninja Talk. We love you. Goodbye.
Hello, people of the interwebs. It is Zero and Ninja Talk with your primary host, Ninja. Go ahead and talk, sir.
I just can't. We gotta redo this. We just gotta redo this. Okay, I'll put this at the end. Okay, I'll put this at the end. That's right. We're leaving it. Only time Zero will ever host. Okay.
I said you were the host, mother.
I know. Okay, that'll go at the end. Okay, so now that it's like on track and whatnot, I'll start us up in just a second.